So today, without taking much of your time, um, we actually just wanna review the new changes or the new updates, right, of Google Anti-Gravity. So you'll notice that when you have updated, normally before you update, or if your Google Anti-Gravity application is not up to date, you'll see a blue button here that you need to click. Then basically it will update and restart itself, right? Then once you have updated, there'll be a button that says view change logs, right? Then basically that hyperlink will bring you to this page where you can view the Google Anti-Gravity change logs. So let's see what are the new change logs that we have today. Right? Today is the 17th of December 2025. It's actually my daughter's birthday today. Yeah, so I think the update was done about a few hours ago. The main description of this changelog is Gemini 3 Flash, right? So let's see what we have in the improvements. So first thing we can see there is that now Google Anti-Gravity supports Gemini 3 Flash. What does that mean? Actually, just a few hours ago, I actually, after updating, I actually went to the anti-gravity, Google anti-gravity YouTube official page, right? Or official channel, just to learn about the new changes that we may be having. But I think Google anti-gravity, they don't really go too much into detail on their updates when they share videos and all of that. I think you can witness this by the how long it takes for them to release new videos and what those videos are about, So I watched this video first to learn more about it, but I think they were just explaining Gemini Flash in detail, what it has to do, its capabilities, and all of that, which I'm happy with that. And I think here they were actually just demonstrating how fast the Google Gemini 3 Flash is in terms of creating a website. So the first claim there on that video, it was about creating a website with one prompt, right? And then we'll get into detail on that. And then on this video, basically they are demonstrating the difference between Google Gemini 3 Flash versus Google Gemini 3 Pro Marathon. So I think, so first, I think I must explain something that, people who actually uses Google Anti-Gravity. The people who use Google Anti-Gravity in most cases, I believe, is people who are already developers, right? Why am I saying that? Is because the platform itself, right, is designed for developers. It's not designed for someone who hasn't been a developer before or who's not familiar with IDEs, right? So the IDE, developers are familiar with IDEs. This looks similar to VS Code. So if you have used VS Code before, you'll have a similar interface, and I think the reason I'm saying this is because I think the reason they created that part, many developers, I think they'll remain on this part. If you're a developer, you'll remain with this interface. You wouldn't necessarily change uh, to agent manager, because agent manager is more like a chat interface, but here is more like a developer interface. So one thing I like about this part is that you have the Explorer there, where you can open your files or your project folders, which is, I like this part because especially the open editors. So here you can actually see all the new files that have been created, or being updated, etc. And you can obviously click on any of them to view the files here. So there's different types of files that are created here. The main one, it will be the task, right? So when you start with each project, basically you'll have a task that is opened for that particular project. So, and then when you are working on that project, the the agent will tick the completed task, each and every completed task on that particular task file that you have opened, and obviously you'll see new files being created in real time, right? And then this side, you'll have the chat section where you can simply type in your prompts, and then the agent, whichever agent that you selected, will do whatever that you asked that agent to do. And then on this section, obviously, since you can view the task, you can also see the walkthrough. So the walkthrough is basically a document that you get. It's more like a document that tells you about the stage of the project or what has been done. So basically, it's more like a feedback document that you get. Uh, and then you'll obviously have the actual files, right? You'll have the actual files that they've been created, and then these files can be you can see their code in detail, and you can also edit that particular code however you wish, right? And then, yeah, so one thing that I wanted to explain is that this platform, Google Antigravity, it was designed for developers, and we appreciate this as developers because um, basically, as a developer, what do you want? Or what happens is that you get a job from a client, and then you need to deliver that on that project, right? And in many cases, as a developer, you need to work with other people in order for you to deliver on one project. So what they were trying to demonstrate with Flash here is that it can actually deliver a project in one prompt, right? So I think the demonstration there, since they were doing it about just the website, right? Or they were actually trying to demonstrate what Google Gemini 3 Flash can do with just a single prompt. So with a single prompt on that demonstration, it was able to do a website, right? A complete website. You can actually go and view the video. It's on the Google Antigravity official YouTube channel. So, but with developers who are actually used to development of project, you'll realize that when we start a project, we start basically with a concept document. So when I meet my client, I consult with my client. I learn about what they want first, right? After learning about what they want, I go to draft a concept document. Once I've done drafting a concept document, this is a document that I share with the client. So it will show the the project in detail, what we're going to do, what we're going to deliver basically, and how long it's gonna take. And from there, what we're going to do, we're going to work on a scope. Then the scope is basically for us, the internal developers or whoever's gonna work on the project, to know what exactly we're going to be doing in detail, right? So with that alone, you can tell that we already have a lot of work. So now that uh, we have these agents, right? Especially a IDE that allows you to have agents. I know that with VS Code you can also have agents, but I like the Google Antigravity one because it's designed around simplicity, right? To simplify a lot of things, you don't have to do much work. So you need what? A third file now, or a third document, or a third content. So this will be a prompt, right? A developer prompt. So I call it a developer prompt because in most cases, we need to basically draft this prompt, this complete prompt for the agent to understand us. So to avoid typing, a prompt after another prompt and so forth, or to simplify your project, or to get the agent to understand everything from the start, you need to basically take the concept document and the project scope to platforms like Gemini or maybe ChatGPT, upload those files and request ChatGPT to basically create a, a prompt for you, right? To create a prompt for you. So you're going to basically don't mind my internet. Okay, my internet's a bit slow. Let me refresh there so that I can load the ChatGPT page. So basically, you'll learn that you need uh, to upload those files, right? Let's say you're uploading them on the chat agent, like ChatGPT. So I upload those documents, the the concept document and the concept document and the project scope. Then I asked the agent. Basically, I asked ChatGPT, maybe in this case, to draft a prompt, a complete prompt uh, for Google Anti-Gravity. So the advantage here is that now I'm going to just simply copy that particular prompt and take it directly into uh, Google Anti-Gravity, right? I'm just simply gonna paste it here because I don't want to explain a lot of things back and forth. So the nice thing is that now Google, what is it, ChatGPT already understands the scope, understands the vision, gets a lot of things about the project, and I can keep on chatting with ChatGPT with every feedback that I'm getting from the agent. So you'll remember I said that for every time you complete a certain task, right, or a certain uh, phase, you'll get a walkthrough. So you basically can just copy this walkthrough and paste it to ChatGPT as feedback of what has been done and all of that. Sometimes, if the task is not complete, it's not yet fully complete, you need to just tell the agent to continue. So when you say continue, or you can comment from up here, you just say continue, click enter. Basically, uh, will the agent uh, will basically continue from where it left off. So it will know that, oh, let me complete the task. So once it's done with the task, regardless of the number of walkthroughs it has drafted, sometimes it doesn't update that particular walkthrough that it initially generated. It will generate another one because it's trying to explain each and every task that it has completed, maybe according to phases in detail. So what you'll have to do, or what I normally do in my case, I request a report, right? So the nice thing about the report is that it shows the full detail of everything that has been done. So I can tell it to compile all the walkthroughs and give me a full report. So it's that report that I'm gonna just simply copy and then I paste it on ChatGPT, and then from there I get feedback. So by me explaining this, basically I'm trying to show you that to complete a project that has maybe multiple user roles, right? or has databases and all of that. So it takes much longer. It takes a lot of prompts to complete such a project. I can use this as an example. You see, this is just for today, right? This is just a, a conversation just for today. And you can see that everywhere where I give a prompt, it's actually a long prompt. You can see all my prompts are long. You know, is it means that my prompts are what are fully detailed. You know, so it's long prompts. You can see even here, it's a very long prompt. You can see this is actually a prompt. So where I'm highlighting here is a prompt, right? You can see how long it is, right? And it's just for a small change. But because you want everything to be done to industry standards, especially if you are working with enterprise grade projects, you want them to be the best possible. So you can see the last conversation, the last time we communicated here, or the last interaction, it was an hour ago. I have other conversations, right? I can say show more. So this is basically on the same project, right? On the same project until, so basically we started implementation, right? A week ago. On the same project. Other conversations are actually much longer than this. This one was basically just shorter. But all I was trying to explain here is that the as a developer, right, using these agents or this IDE or the platform, you'll never go to, you won't necessarily use Agent Manager. Agent Manager, I think, is designed similar to have such an interface or the interface like this one, you know. So it allows you to basically simply enter a prompt to say, I want a video like this, or I want to do your website, and then the the the, the agent basically will deliver on that. But when you're a developer, because you understand the complexities of systems, you know, you become the system architect in this case. So you want to make sure that uh, each and every module, you know, interface, everything, the database is working properly. You know, everything looks great. You know, so that's why things will take much longer than usual, right? But enough about that. I think I explained enough. So I was trying to basically explain that the way Google explained this video, explained Gemini Flash, Gemini 3 Flash here. They explained it as though it's a product or it's an agent that you're just going to simply give a single prompt, then it gets things done, or in a few prompts, right? But the reality is that this is not it's not gonna be the reality of many developers, because as a developer you go deeper into each and every project. So it will be like eliminating all those people that you worked with as a developer, but now you're working alone with a AI agent that helps you to get the rest of the stuff done quicker, right? Yeah. So and then now we also have native audio support for agents. So I like this. And earlier on, when I was checking, I realized that this feature, as you can see here, we have the microphone there. So this means that we can basically um, speak with the agent or say something, and then the agent will understand. And then you can see if I hover on the mouse, this is not yet available for Cloud Sonnet. I think for the rest of the Cloud agents, even including the other agents actually, including ChatGPT. So I think I'm gonna try this. I think the advantage with Gemini Flash uh, and having this audio support, because if you are working on large projects like I do, especially enterprise grade projects, you actually you get to a point whereby we get tired of speaking with the agent, or sending those long prompts. So I think it's gonna be very useful for us to basically be able to speak, instead of typing, and then we get things done much quicker. I think I like the audio support. And then performance improvement for agent manager, for long conversation, uh, you know, in editor video. Okay, so I think that that is for agents. I don't like agent manager, but basically, like I said, it's just a chat interface. Most of it, chat interface, then delivers what you want. And then switched default browser to use model. Okay, so this one basically it means that you now have Gemini 3 Flash, in the default browser. So I think I'm gonna try this and see how fast Gemini 3 Flash can be with this project that I'm currently working on. I think I don't know if I should show you this project, but it's quite a it's quite a large project. At first it was very simple. Okay, the database is off now because I was recording a video. So when we do such projects with databases, we run the local server. So in my case, I'm using Docker desktop. So if I turn this on, basically it takes a lot of memory from the computer because it uses the computer as the server basically. So I turn this thing off because I'm recording from this computer, but otherwise I was going to be showing you the project that I'm doing. Like I showed you, this project I've been working on this project for over a week now, and I will be happy to show you this project in the next coming videos. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in another video.